Hello. So if you are a follower of the Lord, please stay. If you're not and you don't think this will benefit you, you don't have to. You can stay as well. But I'm struggling with some stuff, and I thought I would just try to talk to my brothers and sisters who might understand. So I have been in a season of, it's been a while. Been a Christian for 20 years. And I remember when I got saved, my pastor was like, just so you know, you're in the honeymoon phase, and there's going to be a time where, it's going to get tough, and you need to be really solid in your foundation and be aware. And I was like, oh yeah, I got this. Oh yeah, me and Jesus are like this. And I've followed him this whole time. I have not left. I have not walked away. I have not found myself to not believe God. Even when things don't go my way, even when things are not how I want them, I always trust and believe that He's got my best interest at heart. But then things don't go my way for a really long time. And I wonder, what did I do? What am I doing wrong? Where am I going wrong? What do I need to do differently? And the world's just getting darker and darker. And I kept thinking, maybe my light is dimming. But I don't want my light to go out. I don't want my lamp to be removed from me. And I've been working really hard in the last couple years to, especially the last year and a half, year and 7 months, almost to the day. Year, 7 months, and 4 days to be exact, since January 16th, 2023, really just trying to get back to who God made me to be. And it's the hardest thing ever, because I don't show up as a child of God everywhere. When I get hit with something that just seems really unacceptable, I kind of start using words and saying things and talking in a way that is not befitting a person of faith, a person who is supposed to walk in the image of Christ. Not just walk, but be the hands and feet and heart of Jesus in the world. I allow my bitterness and resentment to come forward, and that is not what I'm supposed to do. I experienced some physical sickness in my body, physical pain in my body, and I'm going through this class, and the first week, here's just the 9 weeks of the program, okay? Radical Surrender, week 1. Death and Birth, week 2. Seasons in Sanctification, week 3. The Hard Way, week 4. That's how I learn things, the hard way. Resilience, week 5. Authority, week 6. Anointing, week 7. Excellence, week 8. Discipling and Discipleship, week 9. So we've been through weeks 1 and 2. Radical Surrender, Death and Birth. Radical Surrender is all about taking your dreams, taking your hopes, your desires, and surrendering them to the Lord. You're supposed to write some things down that you're holding on to. Surrender and accept the outcome, whatever it might be. Haven't fully done that. We tiptoed in it a little bit, and we're like, nope, we haven't gotten there yet. And I say I haven't gotten there yet because I haven't admitted all the things I need to let go of, okay? I've actually been resisting and refusing a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. So week 2 was Death and Birth. I gotta let my hopes and my dreams die. Well, they can die because I don't know what they are. No idea what my hopes and dreams are. I've lived so long for other people, and it's almost been my crutch. Not almost. It's been my crutch. It's been the thing that if I just live for everybody else, I don't have to think about what I need, want, or what my responsibilities are, what I'm supposed to be doing. Week 2 talked about the fact that when you plant seeds, the seed has to die. It has to break open for life to come through. Like, you bury it in the soil and it has to die for life to come, for birth, for fruits. You know, the other thing was that a single sunflower can yield 500 to 2,000 seeds. One sunflower. So if, as a child of God, if I were planting my seeds properly, one life, one being can be responsible for 5 to 2,000 seeds planted in the lives of others, if you just think of that example of a sunflower. I'm not giving you the details because this is a class and you can't just know what's in the class. You have to experience it. And this is the second level of this class. So the first level, I'm still not 100% done processing some of that stuff I started, because it's hard. It's hard. I'm a human being, but I admitted today that I'm refusing to die to my old self. There's parts of something I'm holding on to and refusing to let go of. I'm not just resisting anymore. I resisted. I've taken steps forward and I've gotten to certain points, and then I'm like, that's good. I stopped short. I just want to read a couple verses to you. This was in week 2. John 12:24. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. Why am I refusing to die to the things of old? Letting my old life, my past, my hopes and dreams that maybe God doesn't actually have for me. Maybe they're things I've drummed up. Maybe they're things I've created in my head, and I'm waiting for them to happen, but they were never intended for me. I'm going to read one more thing from that week. 2 Corinthians 4:9-11. We are persecuted but not abandoned. We are struck down but not destroyed. We always carry the death of Jesus in our body, so that the life of Jesus may also be displayed in our body. For we who live are always being given over to death for Jesus' sake, so that Jesus' life may also be displayed in our mortal flesh. If we keep living for ourselves and not dying to ourselves to live for Him, we're missing the point. And usually there's a few verses for the week, but this week, the week of seasons and sanctification, only has 2. 1 Thessalonians 4:3. It is God's will that you should be sanctified. Sanctified means being set apart, not being in the in crowd, not being a follower of the world, not being in the world. We are to be set apart as children of God. We have a special calling, and every human being has a right to that sanctification, to that salvation, to being called to step into a life that was gifted to them by God. And the final homework for this week is to take a habit that I have been holding on to and let it go for 7 days. I can think of a few, but I'm not sure which the right one is. So I'll be praying about that, and I'll have to report back to you on how it's going. But if you are a child of God and you've been holding on to something you need to let go of and you've been refusing, I was called out today. I'm choosing to refuse. I now need to choose to accept and surrender. Be blessed.